that are legends because the number retired. Maybe in 15 years, 20 years, maybe my number is up there next to Kareem or Oscar Robinson. I hope I'm there.
Giannis! Oh my goodness! Great!
Giannis Antetokounmpo, the guy with the unique name. He's one of the most successful players in the NBA, and he's just getting started. Two-time MVP and NBA Defensive Player of the Year, he almost killed Aron Baynes with a dunk attempt during a game against the Celtics in 2017, and everyone lost their minds. At 27, Giannis Antetokounmpo is literally a monster when it comes to basketball, but not everything has been easy for him. This video is going to tell you his story from childhood to today, what he has overcome to be the player that we all know today. You'll be surprised by how he spends his millions. Giannis Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak, was born in Athens, Greece on December 6, 1994, to Nigerian parents. Giannis's father, Charles Antetokounmpo, played soccer at a semi-professional level in Nigeria and moved to Greece at age 21 in 1991 to further his career and escape the civil war going on in his home country at the time. Unfortunately, he had a devastating career-ending injury. After moving to Greece, Giannis's father met his mother and they had two children together, Dimitrios and Veronica. They eventually got married and had two more children together, Giannis and Maria. Giannis's father did not have a steady job, nor did his mother. So they usually brought the kids to sell items on the street or at upscale beaches and tried to do whatever they could to put food on the table. Oftentimes, they just wouldn't eat. Giannis's first meal of the day might come at 11 p.m. some days. So this was really, really tough. However, there was a lot of joy as well. One day, Giannis and his brother were just running along the street playing tag like normal kids do. Giannis was about 13 years old. This Greek man, who had no connection to them, Spiros, said he felt good talking to him whenever he saw Giannis. He referred Giannis and his brothers to this club called Philathletikos, which was a medium-sized club in the suburbs of Zagrafou and played in the second division. But Spiros said, "Look, if you play basketball, I can help your family with money. Try it and tell me what you think." From that point on, everything changed in Giannis's life. The more he played for this second division team, the stronger he became and the higher his standards became. And he was more and more hungry for success.
I want to be NBA player.
One day, his agent sent a video of him to several NBA scouts and the International NBA Scouting Committee. After watching this video, the scouts were not sure what to do with Giannis. The video was such poor quality, so grainy. They couldn't even tell how big he was compared to other people. Not to mention the fact that this was clearly a YMCA level league. It was terrible. The players smoked cigarettes outside before the game, they had beer bellies, this was not a high level. The top level in Greece are Olympiakos and Panathinaikos, which are the two best A1 teams in EuroLeague. But NBA scouts were intrigued by what Giannis had that players in these other leagues did not, which was athleticism, speed, and court vision. He could go from one end of the court to the other. He played very differently from the European game. So although Giannis was not considered a top prospect in his country, American scouts were seduced by his potential. But despite all of this, no one could have imagined that Giannis would be the next great prospect. No one could tell that Giannis would become a great player. But his agent did his job, and about 30 general managers and NBA scouts went to Greece to watch him. And they were intrigued enough that two teams were interested, Milwaukee and Atlanta. In the 2013 NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks selected Giannis. For a moment, the Milwaukee Bucks almost regretted their choice. In fact, they had selected him on a whim because Giannis was not a national and his ability to travel was limited. And Giannis didn't even have a passport, so they were afraid of being disappointed. They wondered if this young Greek would work out. But he was tall and charismatic, so there was hope. When he started playing in the NBA, he really proved that he was the best. He took his team to another level. Giannis Antetokounmpo leads the Milwaukee Bucks in almost everything. On average, he scores 24 points, 6 assists, and 9 rebounds per game. Put it all together, the Greek Freak offers a unique package that the NBA has never seen before. The 6'11" guard has made huge strides in his years in the NBA, and we probably haven't seen his best yet. All of Giannis's opponents are absolutely afraid of him, especially since they have seen what Giannis is capable of. Aron Baynes was one of his victims. Back in 2017, during a game between the Bucks and Celtics, Giannis Antetokounmpo almost killed Aron Baynes of the Celtics with a crazy dunk attempt, and everyone lost their minds. That night, Antetokounmpo was about to turn the Boston Celtics Milwaukee Bucks game into a horrific crime scene when he darted just inside the paint and tried to posterize Aron Baynes during the waning seconds of the first quarter. Despite being fouled, missing the right-handed dunk, and Milwaukee eventually losing the game, all anyone could think about after that game was how the Bucks all-star forward nearly caught a body. Now let's talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo's wealth. You can imagine that such a talented player in the NBA must have a very big bank account. Giannis's net worth is estimated to be around $70 million. In addition, Forbes also reports that the Greek international earned a total of $47.6 million in 2021, which adds to his total value. There is no sign that the 27-year-old is slowing down, and he is capable of competing at the highest level for at least another 10 years. Over the next few years, Giannis will likely rise to the top of the NBA's highest paid athletes list, building an impressive personal fortune in the process. Over the past few seasons, the Greek monster has dominated the game with a string of MVP-caliber performances. As many expected, Giannis has proven every time that he has stepped on the court, and he deserves an impressive salary, major brand support, and other lucrative opportunities to further his career. The story of how the legendary player accumulated his fortune is indeed inspiring. In 2020, the Bucks forward contract was extended for another 5 years, bringing his total contract length to 10 years. It was worth an incredible $228.2 million and will pay him $27.5 million per year for the next 5 years. Now, throughout his professional basketball career, Giannis Antetokounmpo has amassed a total of $106 million. So in addition to his salary, Giannis Antetokounmpo also earns a substantial amount of money through sponsorship deals, which he uses to supplement his income. Early on, he signed the biggest brand contract of his professional career with Nike, bringing the total value of his contracts to more than $100 million. After bringing his son into the world, the two-time reigning MVP collaborated with the company to design his signature shoe, which will be available in kid sizes. In addition to his contract with Nike, he also receives more than $10 million a year from BMO, Harris Bank, Kronos Foods, Red Bull, Hulu, and 2K Sports. In addition, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the first international NBA player to sign a Nike footwear contract. Giannis is in high demand and by companies and corporations who wish to use his charismatic personality to promote their products and services through advertising. During his career, the Greek Freak has appeared in many commercials for various companies. When TLC USA wanted to promote their new television channel in a fun and innovative way, they turned to the MVP for help. This is not the only business that Giannis does. In fact, besides his official YouTube channel, which has 74,000 subscribers, Giannis also has a personal blog. Even though Giannis Antetokounmpo hasn't posted in 5 years, his videos are still monetized, and he receives a modest amount from Google AdSense as compensation for his work. You would think that making so much money would lead to someone spending it ridiculously on expensive things, but that is not the case with Giannis. Despite his fame and fortune, Giannis tries to spend his money carefully. While he's not afraid to open his wallet under the right circumstances, he's also willing to endure a few minor inconveniences to save a buck. Even as a professional athlete earning millions of dollars a season, he hasn't hesitated to splurge on a first-class airplane ticket. On the other hand, Giannis rose from obscurity to wealth. He did not hesitate to spend lavishly on his family while commemorating his success. Giannis's Wisconsin mansion, which he bought from former Bucks star Mirza Teletovic for $1.8 million, is the most expensive purchase he has ever made in his career. With 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and a total living area of 10,000 square feet, it is one of the largest in the neighborhood. In addition to this mansion, Giannis Antetokounmpo has a small collection of cars, which he likes to drive around the city. The BMW i8 that Giannis bought for $150,000 was inspired by his appearance in the company's TV commercial. An interesting fact to note is that the young NBA star drove to practice in a $50,000 GMC Yukon during his rookie year. What other NBA player has crazy talent and a modest life like Giannis Antetokounmpo? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.